Hey, it's Lackey, and I wanted to tell you that stillness is a strategy. Look, as entrepreneurs, so many of us think that we have to be constantly busy and active to win. And the reality is, we do need to work hard, we do need to get things done, but there's something really powerful about stillness. And what that means is you have to focus on doing the right things, not being busy. You have to do things that move the needle in your business and in your life, not be busy. A long to-do list means you're probably not prioritizing well, you're not delegating well, and you're not deleting or ignoring things that don't move the needle. The reality is you have to focus on a few things a day that truly move the needle. The rest of the time, you need to allocate special time to think, to be calm, and to be clear. Otherwise, we move into autopilot and we just become busy. Look, for me, there's basically a few habits that I have instilled in myself that's part of my kind of daily, weekly, monthly discipline. And if you implement these simple habits, it can change your life too. Habit number one is basically what I would say is a weekly check-in. Oftentimes for me, that's Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. It's really quiet. It's a time for me when people aren't trying to get my attention to really focus on what are my goals, what's my vision. I want to make sure I'm seeing them clearly, but what's working for me and what isn't working for me. That way, when I go into a new week, I'm not going to repeat the things that are no longer working for me. It could be things that are on my calendar. It could be meetings. It could be activities. If they're not working for me and they're not working towards my goals, I want to make sure that I remove them on Sunday or Monday so I don't even start the week in the wrong way. The other thing, which a lot of entrepreneurs avoid doing, is truly going off the grid. And I don't mean going to Montana for 3 months. What I mean is at least half a day a week, ideally 1 day a week, you truly block your calendar for strategy and downtime. This is time that you might take a long walk or a hike or sit in a place that's really powerful for you to think. If you need to put on your headphones, if you don't have the luxury of getting away, put on your headphones, put on some really quiet music or brain.fm, and make sure you're thinking about the strategic things in your life. Again, always going back to vision. Where do you want to go and how are we going to get there? Making strategic decisions. If you're not blocking time for that, then honestly, you're too busy and it will affect you in the long run. Better to block the time now, get things off your to-do list and be strategic. So when you make moves, they're the right moves. They're not just busyness. And the last thing is you have to do a calendar audit. And that basically means looking back. So you can, again, do this on a Sunday night. You can do it on a Friday. Look back 1 week at your calendar. Where did you spend time? People always say, and it's so true, if you show me people's bank account, where they're spending money, and their calendar, where they're spending time, I can predict their future. So you want to look back and make sure you're not wasting time doing things that are not directionally moving towards your goals, that are not strategic. And as you go forward, get those things off your calendar. So if you want to have an amazing life, you need to work hard, you need to remember to move forward, but you also need to make room for stillness. And look, if you need help on how you do this, how you execute these strategies, implement them, that's what we do every day. We're coaching entrepreneurs how to change the trajectory of their life, including things like implementing stillness. So if you send me a DM with the word elite, my team and I will get back with you, see if it's a fit, but we can help you ensure that you're moving towards your goals.